Hi everyone, it's Raylene from RTO Doctor, and tonight I'm coming to you from Melbourne where it's nice and chilly outside, and I'm here this week to help out a client. But today's quick tip is really something I've been thinking about on the flight over here from from Perth rather. We've been hearing a lot of bad stories about VET in the media, and I wanted to reflect on some of the good stories instead. So I started thinking on the plane, what are some of my best memories of VET? What are some of the great things that I've managed to achieve? What are some of the great things you've managed to achieve? So I remember when I first started on my journey in vocational education and training in Australia, one of the things that really touched my heart was when I was working in prison education, and there was a man who had been institutionalised for most of his life. He couldn't read or write, and he had a grandchild on the outside that when he got out, he wanted to be able to read a story to his grandchild. And so one of the aims of our vocational education training program was just to teach him how to read. And so that was a pretty special memory that I will have forever in how I was able to help him change his life. Another memory, of course, is when we've helped some students to get a job when they've been unemployed for such a long period of time due to illness or any range of reasons. But I do recall one specific time where we had a student who had been a long-term unemployed due to mental illness, and with our training we were able to assist them into a permanent role in employment, which changed their lives and subsequently their family's life. So for this evening, I really wanted to ask you to reflect on what are some of the good news stories that you've got? What are some of the biggest changes that you've ever had in your career in vocational education and training? Because I think one of the things that we forget, while we've got all these negative stories happening in the media, what we do forget is that vocational education training does change lives. It can give people an opportunity for a better future. Not everybody is an academic who can go to university and learn through the traditional academic medium, and some people are more hands-on and they're kinesthetic learners. They need to learn by doing. So what are some of the good news stories that you've been able to implement? I know one of the Indigenous programs that I've been involved in over the years, that was really heartwarming as well, being able to assist some young Indigenous people to change their lives. Also working another program in the prison system, working with some young men on a recidivism program. We called it the Exit program, and basically that was about giving them the knowledge and skills that they needed to be able to stay out of prison. So I think it's really important at this time when the negative publicity for the vocational education training sector is so significant out there. We really do need to remember what are some of the good things that happen. And I would love it if you could please put in the comments section, what are some of the great stories that you've got? What are some of the biggest achievements that you've ever had? Because I think it's really important for everyone if we can turn this around and remind ourselves and everybody else just how important vocational education training is and how it can change people's lives. So thank you very much for following me today, and I will be with you again tomorrow for another 30 days, 30 tips. Bye for now.